That was in the middle of like when my lockdown started. I went on vacation when my lockdown happened. So when I got back, I basically was like forced to quarantine, which was okay with me because I was being paid while I was doing it.
Ah, okay.
So when my boss was like, "I have some good news and some bad news," I was like, "It's like okay." He's like, "The bad news is you're not going to be able to work." I'm like, "Oh, that sucks." He's like, "The good news is you're going to get paid for it." I'm like, "Fuck yeah."
But still, a week, 120-hour game in 1 week.
No,
you had to be
yeah.
playing that game like at least 10 hours.
What do you mean? I don't sleep.
More than 10 hours.
Like I said, Gab didn't sleep.
We have to game here, boys.
God damn. I couldn't even do that. I think actually, no. I beat Valkyria Chronicles 4 in a weekend.
I loved that game.
Yeah.
So much. Still consider it one of my favorites.
Yeah. It's a really good. It's not the well. I play all the Valkyria Chronicles games. It's not the best Valkyria Chronicles, but it's still a great game.
It's my Google Docs.
All right, guys.
Did you make a script for your thoughts on tactics?
I mean, I had one for Xenoblade, didn't
I? You know what that podcast, bro, was about 85% Riku.
Yeah, it definitely was. He was like, "Yo, this man was talking like crazy." He was going in heavy detail.
Review. You need to copy and paste that, edit it, and then put it up on your channel.
I know. I really should. Like, get some ad review off that.
Polka dotted.
I had a segment. That was my other friends' podcast. They do that. They just break certain like topics and make side segments and throw them up on the show.
Is that the Throwdown podcast?
Yeah.
I keep saying I gotta listen to that more.
It's good.
Yeah.
They really be going in with some good debates and whatnot. They had Hip Hop Gamer explain that remaster engine. That shit was hilarious.
Remaster engine? I don't know what that is.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah. All right, guys. We are live. Live in this bitch. Welcome to HPMP, the JRPG podcast, episode 52. We are on Spotify. We're also going to be on Apple Podcasts as well pretty soon. So if you want to listen to the podcast, maybe down on YouTube, there are other options for you. So actually, if you go to Anchor and search that podcast out, you can just listen to it through there. And like I said, Spotify as well. All right, so we're going to get this started with the intros. All right, Blakey boy, go ahead with your intro, man.
It is that time. What's going on, guys? It's me, your boy Westtown HD. Today, boys, we are back in that HPMP. We got some topics to talk about, some Minecraft to mine. It's gonna be back in the mine, bros. It's gonna be good.
All right, Bao.
Hey guys, Bao here. I'm gonna save my Steve thoughts because this might start a whole argument, but glad to be here. What's up?
Sosuke?
What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Sosuke, the bro. We are here to talk about a bevy of things. I'm not going to be on the whole hate Steve or be hyped for Steve train. I will tell you this: don't play 10 gacha games, kids. It's a horrible experience.
That's a bad life decision. Gab?
Hey guys, it's Gab. Thanks for having me back on the podcast. I'm hyped to talk about some JRPGs today. You guys know where to find me.
And Riku.
What's good, everybody? Riku-san one, the only one here, and it's been a rather doozy of a couple of weeks. We're here to talk about some JRPGs, so let's get into it.
All right, and you guys know me, of course, Shadow Elite HD. I know the channel has been slow, and I said that, I think, last podcast, but I've been really trying to get through the Legend of Hero games, and I did. Finally played them all, and now I'm ready to play Cold Steel 4 when it comes out in a couple of weeks. Yeah, I'm just going to leave it at that because I might get in trouble if I say some more. But yeah, recently got through the Crossbell games, and they were really good. All right, so let's go with first topics. Let's just start with what we're all playing right now. What games we're all playing right about now. Gab, you're playing 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim, right? How's that going?
I'm playing 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim. I'm also playing... What was the other game I'm playing right now? I just started Genshin Impact, which it feels pretty good to play. 13 Sentinels, I say, if you don't like visual novel games and like a lot of text, you're not gonna enjoy this game. The story is phenomenal. Characters are great. I honestly think this basically did what I wanted Octopath to do. Because like it actually has the stories fleshed out, they all combine. It's a really long like story. You're invested in every character as much as possible. You know what I mean?
Okay. How's the battle system?
It's okay, so the way the game is it's kind of divided into 3 sections. So there's like the story parts, then there's like the actual gameplay, which is RTS strategy. So you can kind of choose to do it whenever you want. But yeah, the gameplay is like strategy RPG. So if you're not into that either, you can still play the game, but you're gonna have to do the RPG, like the RTS elements at some point. You can't avoid it.
So you can go as long as you want with the visual novel stuff. So it's heavy on visual novels.
No, you get blocked. Like the game will tell you have to do like this mission to proceed with that character's storyline.
Yep.
So would you say it's 80% visual novel and 20% gameplay?
Yeah. I would even go as far ahead to say it's like 85% visual novel and 15% gameplay, because there's not that much of it.
Wow. Okay, this is why I'm staying away from that game. Wow, what you
No, it's still worth playing. The story is fucking amazing, I'm telling you.
Oh, man. I don't know. Maybe I'll get it when it goes on sale.
I've convinced a few of my community members to get it already, so.
Bob, what do you think of 13 Sentinels? I know you're playing it.
Yeah, I'm also playing it, and there was a lot of hype for the game from like people that worked on it, from voice actors to devs. Like they kept saying like, "Oh, this is a special game." So I kind of had high expectations going in, and surprisingly, it's kind of lived up to them so far. The story, as Gab said, is really divided between 13 characters, but they are all connected in some way. Like you'll be jumping from character to character to fill in gaps of like what the heck is going on. And the story really goes places you don't expect it to, and it really does hit some like high notes with emotion. And as for the actual like gameplay battle segments, I am enjoying it a lot more than I thought I would. They're actually kind of fun. It's kind of like a tower defense thing.
All right. Is that all you're playing?
If you count like Among Us, sure. I'm trying to mainly focus on 13 Sentinels and get that out the way before Code Steel 4 drops.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And it is pretty long for like this style game. It's like 25 to 30 hours for a visual novel / RTS game.
So would you guys have preferred it play like maybe Dragon's Crown or Odin's Spear?
No,
I'm fine with the gameplay.
Oh, okay.
I'm 100% fine with this because the story is so good.
And the battles do have like a purpose. There's story to them. It's not just like mindless kill all the enemies.
Yeah.
Because I always like Vanillaware style. I like Dragon's Crown, Odin's Spear, Murasama. Loved it, but because I like the gameplay as well.
I will say you really can't get a feel for this battle system unless you play it yourself. Because I wasn't sure how to feel about it at first, but once I played it, it just clicked and I kind of liked it.
It feels smooth, I'll say that, but I feel like I'm overpowered at what I'm playing. Like every character is leveled up a ton because I did so much story first and then went into the battle. So they don't tell you this, but when you're doing story missions, you're actually getting meta chips, and those meta chips you use to like upgrade your characters in the fights and stuff. So I'm going in and like everyone's like going up like 10, 20 levels, and then I go into the battle and I'm just like, oh, this is really easy.
Yeah, I haven't had any real challenge so far.
It's like so easy, yeah.
Yeah, I'm hearing a lot of good things about the game. It's sitting at an 86 on Metacritic right now. So
I mean, they said it was Vanillaware's best, and I can probably I'd agree to that.
Really? Oh man, with that battle system? I get the story might be their best because the story and the Vanillaware games aren't that great. But even the visuals, they trump Dragon's Crown. They trump
They're not as colorful, but they're like fitting.
Oh, okay. Because I think Odin's Spear is their best looking game by far. Even better than Dragon's Crown.
Like in terms of visuals, no, it's not their best, but just like quality of like what they were going for, yeah, it's a contender for their best game.
So, can you guys see why this game took forever to develop, or is it just?
Yes.
Yeah, I guess.
It's the translation and the voice acting, because there's so many voice lines in this game. I can understand why it was such an issue, because literally almost every line in this game is voice acted. So.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a shot. I see it on sale. I'm gonna try to get it. Just hopefully I'll have time to play it. So let's see, Blakey boy, what you playing, man?
So I am, as y'all know, I am running through the Cold Steel games. I shouldn't say games. I should say game, because I'm almost done Cold Steel 1. We're still trekking on. I might even try and finish it either tonight or tomorrow on stream, depending on how I'm feeling. So we're running through that. I am playing Among Us on the side with friends. You never really stop playing Among Us. That is just the wave. And I've actually been getting back into Minecraft. I actually opened up a server for some of me and my friends last night. And we've been going ham in there, and it's been a whole lot of fun. So yeah, just
your brother built a hidden palace.
Yeah. I don't know how he managed that in 2 hours. And then when I came home from work today, he told me yesterday that he wouldn't have a lot of time to play because of school. I came home from work today, look on the computer, man's hot glued to the computer. I'm like, yeah, okay, good talking to you, bro. If your grades fall, it ain't my fault. But yeah, I'm a great sibling as usual.
All right. Sosuke, what you playing, man?
I just got back into Monster Hunter World with the Fatalis update, and I was having fun, and then the Fatalis existed. Like, the Elytron was hard, but the Fatalis is literally, bro, you might as well just come back after like 400 hours of grinding for like the perfect build. Jesus. And I've also just been hardcore grinding my skills in Gundam Extreme versus Maxi Boost on. The game's a lot of fun. So much technical aspects to it. Other than that, I've also just been trying to dip back into Mega Man Battle Network on my streams, and also trying to boot up Tales of Destiny again. That dungeon is stupid, but I have to beat that game.
And which of the 30 gacha games are you playing?
Tales of Crestoria and FGO. I have to focus on those. I have to focus on Tales of Crestoria because they put out Asbel from the F arc of Tales of Graces, and just a Halloween version of Estelle from Vesperia. I love me some Estelle.
So, for Crestoria, I thought the story was really good. Do you feel that way as well?
Oh yeah, the story is like easily among the best of the Tales games.
Yeah. I can believe. I haven't played that much of it since I stopped playing, because I got open to the closed beta, and I was playing it for a while there, and I really enjoyed the story, but I didn't get all that far in the story. But from what I played, it was really good.
And it only gets better. Like, even the character interactions in the story are just like with the other Tales characters that show up alongside the original characters made for Crestoria. It's like it blends so well into the world. There's just like a segment where the main characters of Crestoria are in town, and they're like, "Man, what are we supposed to do for like money so we can get a boat so we can travel?" And you see Lloyd, Genus, Colette, and like Archie from Tales of Fantasia all talking together, and it fits their characters so naturally to see them interacting like that.
I don't think I got further enough to realize to know the reason as to why they're in that world. Did they get to that, or is it just like this world
is like the Tales of the World games, where it's just it's a natural existence for them. Like, some character stories get rewritten to fit the theme of the world a little bit better, so that it doesn't feel like, oh no, don't worry why this person exists like this, but I'm pretty sure he's dead. Don't worry about it.
Okay, all right, yeah, all right. Now that you say Tales of the World, then I can make sense of it.
Yeah,
because I played one Tales of the World game, and that was the only one that got localized.
Like, if you play like the side stories, when you do Velvet side story, you're gonna be like, this is Berseria with like a remix to it. I'm here for it. And there's also another side story that like actually made me like Emil and Marta from Dawn of a New World.
Really? Emil?
Yes.
You like Emil?
I actually like Emil. I actually like Emil now. Like, he's actually pretty cool to be around.
Excuse me? What?
I played Cress's side story. I'm like, oh god, it's Emil. Me by the end of it. Wait, come back.
Oh my god. Okay.
Like, he's actually cool now.
He's cool. Emil. Oh, okay.
Yes.
I might have to see this. All right. So, Riku, what you playing, man?
Okay. Well, firstly, before what I am playing, do you want me to just hop into my thoughts on Final Fantasy Tactics, or save that for later? What are we doing here?
You can go ahead. Just try to not go so deep, I guess.
Condense it.
I will try. Okay, so recently finished Final Fantasy Tactics. You know, a decent amount of people wanted me to play that as my next Final Fantasy, because I was prior to that I finished Final Fantasy 9, and I was going to either go over to Final Fantasy 10 or finish some more of the games that were associated with Final Fantasy 7, which means the next game I would have played was Crisis Core. So I decided to make a poll, and you know, one of my friends was like, "Well, you said you were gonna play Tactics, and Tactics, Tactics, the original release of Tactics, at least, came out around the time Final Fantasy 7 did. Correct me if I'm wrong, people here.
About
It is true.
Yeah. So they were like, well, you might as well knock out Tactics while you're down there with the Final Fantasy 7s and whatnot. And I was like, I guess you're right. You know, the one to poll. So I decided to play Tactics. And at first, I'm going to be honest, I was not feeling it at first. I was like, oof, guys, I don't know about this one. I don't know. But, you know, it's technically my first tactical RPG game. So I had to learn the rules of tactical RPG games that are, you know, that aren't a concept in traditional. So once you get the hang of it, I started to have a decent amount of fun. I think it's a very good game, but I also do think, and I've been seeing this a lot when it comes to the Final Fantasy games, at least when it comes to the PS1 era of Final Fantasy. There's a decent amount of age that comes with it, and you're just gonna have to deal with it. So I have right here. I have 5 pros, and I have I have 4 pros and 5 cons.
All right, you gotta run through these because like the last time you did this, you were on Xenoblade for a while, my guy.
And you said this was going to be short.
No, I am not going to go through them. All I'm going to say is that the game's very good, right? Low encounter rate, I enjoyed that. Mustadio is the best character in the game. I don't give a fuck what nobody says, right? I did not like the fact that by the time you did unlock Cloud, the game's almost over, and your characters are around like level 50. And up to that point, every like special character that you've unlocked for your party all come into your party around the level that your party's at. But when you get Cloud, he starts off at level 1. So if you want to make Cloud, wait,
that's weird.
Go ahead. What are you saying?
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, a part of me is like, I understand why they did this, because if they started off Cloud around the level that your characters are, they're like, cool, I have Cloud, and then you freaking beat the game, and then you're probably gonna, you know, majority of people, like, when they see those credits roll, they turn the game off, you know, they're done. Mm-hmm. But if they give you Cloud, and they know that you're a fan of Cloud, but he's at level 1, the first thing you're gonna say is, well, time to level up Cloud, get him caught up to speed. And that's probably most likely what a lot of people did when they got Cloud. They tried to level him up. They tried to make him gameplay relevant. And I was one of those people. I was like, I want to make Cloud relevant, you know? So what was my playtime?
So was it easy to level him up, or did you have to like really spend a whole bunch of hours getting them to level up? Did we lose the guy? I think we lost him.
Here, there is looking at his playtime.
Okay.
I remember him posting. It was like 80 or 90 hours.
Yeah, I thought I saw that too. Yeah, it was like 80 something hours. But I guess I don't know if he sees why it's one of the greatest Final Fantasies ever made. I have to ask him that when he gets back. All right, let's see. While we're waiting for him, let's go into our first topic. Should we just talk about Steve? Should we jump into Steve?
Let's talk about Steve.
Should we just jump into this?
I say yes.
You guys want to?
Should we just jump into Steve and Smash? I know this ain't JRPG in particular, but this was kind of big.
There are JRPG characters in Smash.
Since I'm like the least Smash-oriented person, I will say I knew this was coming. It's been a meme for so long. I just knew it would come eventually. I like the skins they chose. I don't really care that people are upset. It's a video game. Get over it.
Ah man. So when Nintendo announced this, I was a little bit disappointed because I was like,
Wow.
for all the characters that you could have put.
Wow, how long have I been mute for?
You were mute for a while. We moved on, bro.
Wow. Well, I was like, why don't I hear anyone? What the fuck? Yeah. Just continue. Forget about it. Tactics is a good game.
All right. So yeah, so Smash Bros got a new character. It's Steve from Minecraft, and it seems that this news broke the internet, or at least it broke Twitter. Because I know after he was announced, I couldn't get on Twitter at all.
Me neither.
I couldn't post. I couldn't look at anything. I was like, God
crazy.
damn, this man, he break Twitter. I didn't think there was something that could break Twitter.
So I remember this happening before. Yeah, I remember this happening before, but I can't remember what it was. But I do remember it being
Dragon Ball.
related.
No, there was
the last time before this, I recall it being broken was because of a Minecraft YouTuber and a streamer doing this thing called Lover Host, which is like a reality show on Twitch.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw one
of those
episodes.
It was Dream and Just a Minx. If not that anyone cares, but I like them. So
let me just ask you guys: were you guys asking for Steve in Smash?
Yes.
No.
Not really.
Anybody in the chat, were you guys asking for Steve in Smash? Did you guys want this guy? I mean, seriously.
Here's my thing. I'm fine with Minecraft being represented in the game. I just don't think it needed a playable character. Like, Minecraft could have been a Mii costume, as you've already seen. They added some. It could have been an assist trophy. It could have been something else. I just don't see,
What about Square Kirby? You're missing the Square Kirby.
I actually find Square Kirby kind of cursed.
Squirby?
He's beautiful.
My cubicle son.
Yeah, Squirby's awesome.
We got a lot of people in the chat saying no. We got a heck no, nope. Wasted slot. Ah, man.
Wasted slot.
To be fair, though, I've been playing Minecraft since the alpha, so basically since I was a preteen.
Oh, my God. And you're not excited for this? This is like a childhood right here in Smash.
Dude, I don't play Smash Bros. Because, I don't know, man. I stay away from that. No comment.
All right, so let's go around the room real quick. Riku, I don't think you even played Smash, but what do you think about this?
I think it is kind of what we were talking about in the group chat, and I think it was Sosuke and Tarks were going back and forth in regards to if this character, if this video game character deserves to be in this game. And they were coming at it from two different angles. It seems like Sosuke was coming at it from a I don't want to say, in regards to Sosuke's stance, but it seems like what Tarks was coming at it from was in regards to well-known and successful video game franchises and the protagonist, or the main character from that franchise. If you're looking at it from that perspective, then sure, Steve deserves to be in the game. But I know a lot of other angles that people say that he doesn't, and to a degree I can understand that as well. For me, I'm kind of with Gab. I don't really care that much about Smash. If I did care about Smash, I was playing it heavy like these guys here and whatnot, would I care? I don't think I would. I think I would actually kind of be on the side that I would be kind of irked that he's in here.
I have one more thing to add too.
We're gonna go around the room, Gab.
I'm
just gonna say I probably would have still wanted Shadow or Knuckles or some shit, but that's it. I'll leave it to that.
All right. Yeah, what were you gonna say? Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, it's a generational thing too. Like, Minecraft is really popular with kids. And I guess some people aren't thinking about that because we've all grown up at this point. We're adults, playing Smash Bros. And now kids are asking for characters. They choose relevant characters in their, and Minecraft is unfortunately the biggest game this gen for kids and stuff, and Fortnite, those things.
So shouldn't Fortnite be in the game now? Is that what we're going by most popular? So Fortnite has got to be next.
We could.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but I thought Smash Bros was. It's like Blake says, a celebration of gaming, and I get that this guy is that popular and people love
biggest selling video game of all time, right?
Yeah.
Crazy.
But still, there are some people that shouldn't be in the game, and that's one of them. All right, so we got Sebastian with a super chat. Crazy thought. Minecraft came out when I was 12. That was 9 years ago. It's representing the childhood of a lot of young adults now. Makes you feel old. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah,
There's another thing is like when it comes to Smash, I don't know. It feels like a lot of the people that I know that play Smash are a bit older than that.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Like people who play Smash are probably like, I want to say 18 to like maybe 25.
Mm-hmm.
So
older than that even.
Yeah.
I was gonna say older than that. It feels like, I don't know. For me, it feels like the people that really give a fuck about Steve being in Smash, like they're hype, and they've been playing Minecraft and all that stuff. It seems like that number is just really small. Like it feels like a lot of people that really are into Smash, they are on the older,
but
side of that spectrum, and they really didn't play that much Minecraft. Seems like, I don't know. It feels like there's like an age.
It's definitely true.
Yeah, but like I guess like the people who asked for this, like people who were really excited, they play Smash casually, so that gets Smash out in more eyes, like more people know about Smash now, I guess you could say. The people who
think about it more like Nintendo has like the Switch being a popular console, right? So of course many people are going to play it. And with Minecraft literally is one of the biggest games of all time right now, and it's huge with kids. It's basically the most viewed thing on YouTube. So it's kind of like, honestly, I would believe it's why we got it basically.
Man, like I would have said this was the last character that we would actually put into the game. Like I honestly personally think it's a wasted slot. Sosuke, what do you think, man?
After giving it a couple of days of thought, at first on Twitter I was like, this is the most disappointing Smash announcement that there's been, and I was kind of being a little over dramatic about it. Personally, I don't care. As someone who grew up with playing Minecraft a lot, like damn near to a point of almost losing a computer over it, I can see why it's here. Personally, I could never in my brain associate anything Minecraft related with Smash. It's just not something that just sits right in my head, but it's good because yes, he's a recognizable character despite technically not having a character. Steve himself is just a blank slate in which you use to create things in the world of Minecraft. But overall, it's like the people who wanted him, who truly wanted him, are as excited for him getting in as for the people who got Cloud in Smash, for the people who got Ryu and Ken in Smash, for the people like me who got Mega Man in Smash. They love the sight of it, and it has them excited. And I'm glad to see people just excited to enjoy the game. I'm not going to try and sit on a high horse of, oh, this is trash. As someone who plays fighting games, whenever a character gets into a game, it's always a good thing to just see more content, to see what new things we can see out of a character. Granted, it looks a little weird seeing him animate next to everyone else, given how limited Minecraft's animations are. But at the end of the day, you just gotta suck it up and deal with it. He's here to stay, and there's nothing you can change about it. I personally won't be buying him. I'll be buying the other DLC characters if I like them or not. And that's just how it's going to be.
All right.
You also got to take into consideration his little, like, the way he moves and whatnot may seem weird because we haven't seen this, but I would say remember, there's also Mr. Game & Watch. He moves
that
a little
too.
spooky too.
That's still unsettling to this day. I will say this: Steve has probably like one of the better looking Final Smashes out of the DLC characters. Overall, it's just a very solid looking one. For weird animated characters, Steve is a better weird animated character, if that makes sense, when it comes to between him and Game & Watch. I won't be playing either of them anytime soon. I'll have an incomplete roster for the rest of my Switch's history, but I'll still be able to sit down and play Minecraft and go, damn, this is actually a part of one of the biggest celebrations in video game history, and that's amazing to see.
Blake, what do you think about Steve and Smash?
So, as y'all know, I am a huge Smash Bros. Fan. I am a huge Minecraft fan. So, this fell into one of those categories where Steve doesn't necessarily fit the narrative of Smash Bros. And Minecraft, I think Minecraft would be like that weird exception where like a Minecraft stage is fine, or like an assist trophy is fine, or even like a Mii costume, because like you don't think that Steve is gonna like be a character, because you're like, oh, obviously if you want to do Steve justice, there's a whole lot of stuff you have to do. Some would say you'd have to rework every single stage.
All 107.
So when I saw this, it was actually at work. The presentation started right as we opened the store. It was just me and my coworker for like half an hour, so it was cool. We could watch the whole presentation, and our initial reactions at first when I saw the trailer, I thought it was Geno because it was focusing on Mario, and then he was in like a dark cave, and I was like, this looks like Minecraft, or this looks like Mario RPG. And when I saw Steve, I popped off, bro. It was just one of those. This is up there with, like I said, when Cloud got into the game, I was excited, but at that point, I had never played any Final Fantasy games personally. I just knew who Cloud was. It's same with like Sosa said, it was like the Ryuken Cloud effect. Like for me, Steve was that massive character that I never ever thought I would ever see in Smash Bros. Like ever, period. So when I saw him, I was like, this is amazing. This is insane. This is crazy. The whole presentation, like everything he can do for like down, he's a resource character, so like you gotta like mine the blocks in order to like get like better tools and stuff. And he looks like, ironically, it's funny that a character who appeals to like the younger demographic or like newer Smash Brothers fans, it's funny how a character that appeals to that fan base is so complex and like everything you have to micromanage. Like if you don't have like the right tools or anything like that, then you can't like edge guard properly. Your weapons are weaker, they'll break on you like a Fire Emblem character. It's everything about it. It's just amazing. I'm absolutely blown away by everything Sakurai has done. He reworked every single stage for this character so that he could place blocks on him. It's just, personally, I think this is the most hype I've been for any of the DLC characters. Because when Joker got announced, I wasn't a Persona fan. Or no, I wasn't a Persona 5 fan, I should say. But I'd say he's probably tied with, who else would say, like Banjo-Kazooie and stuff. Like it's super surreal that he's here. And part of me is wondering how much money Microsoft gave Nintendo for this, or if Nintendo gave Microsoft for it. Yeah, because I know, like, you see how Microsoft be out here like, hey, Bethesda, $7.5 billion, we gonna drop it right on the table here for you. So they are not shy about dropping money. And I feel like if Microsoft wants another rep in the game, bro, they will give it to Nintendo, like, no hands, like, hands down.
This would be the second one, right?
Yeah, this is they had Banjo and Steve. And then everyone who wants like Doom Guy in Smash, Doom Guy is now a Microsoft character. So there's that. Or like any Bethesda rep is technically a Microsoft rep now as well. So I honestly, after with like the love that Microsoft has been giving us, I don't think it'll ever happen. This would be like the next like out of the water, crazy, impossible prediction. But like if we got like a Sony character, I don't know what character. Maybe like I feel like Ratchet and Clank or Jack and Daxter would fit the Smash Bros. Engine perfectly. I don't think Kratos fits in this game, bro. But
pretty sure.
I think they're better. I think they're better off just trying to get Crash and Spyro.
Yeah, see, because I'd say I don't think we'll get Crash and Spyro. I think Crash or Spyro. I personally would prefer Spyro because I've played more Spyro. I like Spyro as a character more than Crash. But see, I thought it was actually going to be Crash in Thursday's presentation because Crash 4 came out the next day, and I was like, imagine they pull a power move and put Crash in the game like right now. So no, I absolutely love this, and I cannot wait to play him. It's I played Minecraft when I was like 12-ish, so it's just one of those games that like me and like my siblings all play. Even my older brother Rains, he loves the game too. So it's just I met so many people online. Me and my friends all play. It was one of those games that like everyone played, kind of thing. It's just so surreal that this has finally happened, and it's got me back into the game. And I could ramble all day about this, but I'm gonna call it there. In short, I'm pretty hyped for Steve, as y'all can see.
Comes out Saturday, folks.
I don't get Minecraft. Like, isn't it just you built stuff and that's about it?
So,
yeah,
it's a sandbox game.
So let me explain to you like my history with Minecraft real quick. So at first, like when it was in like the betas before it came to alpha, it was basically just like you build stuff. There was no objective. It was just sandbox. As the game progressed, though, when I started playing with friends, there's like a whole bunch of like mini games and stuff you can do on servers. It eventually became an engine, essentially, as well as Minecraft has like one of the biggest modding communities out there because it is, of course, such a massive fan base. It's got so many good mod packs that can flip the entire game on its head and make it play like an entirely different beast. Like Pixelmon, Pixelmon is like one of the most fun like Pokemon spin-off side things I've ever had fun with. It's just there's so much love and care put into it. And I remember playing like Minecraft Hunger Games where you like those were like my first experiences in I guess battle royales. You all drop in one area and then you just gotta fight to survive. And it's just Minecraft is so much more than just a survival game to me, at least.
Yeah, because like anytime I see Minecraft go off, I always just see people building some really crazy stuff, and I'm like, how much patience do you have to build something that huge? Because people have recreated some crazy stuff in Minecraft. I thought that was pretty much all there was to Minecraft, but now I'm seeing that there's a story, there's zombies that come out at night to mess you up while you're building, or can you just get them out of the game and just build as much as you want?
You can turn that off.
It used to be different. There's so much more to it now.
You can turn the whole zombie thing off with peaceful and just go into creative and just let your imagination run wild. Creative is basically easier way to build whatever you want, while survival is you can build everything you want, but you still have to make sure that you live to build it.
It's crazy, man.
Like the game itself, the limitations of the game are limited by your creativity and what you think you can do. If you don't think you can do it, then it stops there. If you can, keep going until you can. Until the game literally says, all right, stop building, you've reached the skybox. Make a new world, please. Your computer might fall apart.
And real quick, in terms of like Minecraft being a sandbox game, so Minecraft is at its core a sandbox game, but they've like when it came into alpha, like when they had fully released like on consoles and stuff, they definitely made more of strides to make it more objective focus in certain places. Like, for example, if you want to go for all the achievements, there's some really weird things you have to do. If you want to actually, there is a way to beat the game and have the credits roll, and that's by defeating the final boss, the Ender Dragon. So there's definitely way more stuff to do in current gen Minecraft than there was when it was in beta. So it's if you want it to be like, you don't have to do anything. Like, you could just sandbox the entire game if you want, but if you want to have a more objective focused game, then you can definitely go for the side stuff, like the achievements, and then trying to get to the credits.
Like, you know what that made me think of?
What's that?
Back in my day, when we had Minecraft.
Listen, I feel old enough.
Trees put into the game. I remember when there was only one tree in the game.
It's okay, Cap.
What kind of bootleg Minecraft server are you playing on where there's only one tree?
When I played Minecraft, there was only one kind of tree. That's how old.
I thought you meant like one solitary tree spawn.
One tree on this map.
There was only one kind of tree, baby.
It was Skyblock.
I like how you guys saying you're older. I'm pretty sure I'm the oldest one here. We got
probably are, but we all feel the same amount of old.
Nah, you really don't. I got a super chat from Night Fury 1507. If Spyro gets in, maybe Cinder would be his Echo Fighter. Who's Cinder?
Cinder's the Black Dragon.
Okay.
Also, we have not had an Echo Fighter since the game came out, bro. I think Sakurai low-key just forgot about those.
Okay.
He really said, all right, Echo Fighters, it's a new term where we change up the clone characters, and then we never saw another one.
Richter and Simon work so well as Echo Fighters.
So let me ask you guys a question. We'll go around the room, and everybody in the chat, you guys go ahead. What's one character?
You know, I still didn't give my thoughts on Steve. You know?
Oh, damn.
No, not really.
You're so quiet there, bro. That's why, man.
I was waiting for you guys go in order.
Oh, man. All right. So go ahead, Bob. What you think about Steve and Smash, man?
So real quick, first thing I want to comment on is the nostalgia factor. Because you guys have said, well, at least Blake at the very least, has said you grew up with Minecraft, so that's why it's a big deal to you. And I honestly think, even if I was that target age for Minecraft, because it came out when I was probably, 15, 16, something like that. So it just wasn't like that target age for me. I still think I would feel the same about not really caring, because I'm already in that situation with Duck Hunt. Duck Hunt was that game I grew up with, playing with family and friends, and I kind of just, it's like, oh, that's cool. He's in Smash, and it wasn't like a hype moment for me. So for me, it's not really a matter of growing up with Minecraft. It's just I still don't think he really fits as a fighter. And even in like okay, I kept an open mind when we saw the presentation about him. Like, because even though I don't care about him, it could still be fun or look interesting. But just in the way he's animated and like in the way he operates, I just don't care. And it's a shame because it's like the first character in Smash history that's like a thing for me with. Because I've been playing Smash for 21 years, and of all the characters they've introduced, I've never like had a negative reaction to any of them except for Steve. To me, this is like the equivalent of getting like a Tetris character, essentially. It's kind of like, why? Like, okay, it's cool for people that care. It's just I cannot bring myself to care, and I tried.
Yikes. I still think he's a wasted character slot. So if we go around the room, people in the chat again, I'm pretty sure we got some people saying so. Which one character you definitely want in Smash? Riku?
You probably think I'm gonna say some type of Falcom character.
He's gonna say Adol. He's gonna say Adol.
That's actually not the case.
Oh.
I want Shadow the Hedgehog, damn it.
Yes!
I want Shadow the Hedgehog. Give me Shadow the Hedgehog.
They
Why?
could have just made that like what's it called fighter? An Echo Fighter.
He could easily be an Echo Fighter. I mean, if he's an Echo Fighter, I would be fine with that. And if he is, and then I would have to say my second choice would be fucking Knuckles. Give me Knuckles. I want Knuckles. I think Knuckles is a good choice too.
The two characters Riku picked, they're already in the game. They're just not playable.
I know. That's the fucked up part. That's how I want them to be my choice, because apparently, since they're assist trophies or whatever, apparently they have a 0% chance of coming in. As far as what I heard,
They can be me costumes. If
It's never been confirmed, but pretty
Was there
much.
an assist character that became a character?
In between games, not like in the same game.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
which character was that?
Little Mac.
Interesting.
I mean, Charizard too, if you want to get technical.
Interesting. Yeah, my choice is Shadow or Knuckles.
Blake, who you want to say?
See, I would love Shadow the Hedgehog. Shadow the Hedgehog was my number one pick forever ago, and you can see on my reaction to the final Smash Bros. Ultimate presentation that they had back in 2018 before the game launched. You can see the visible tears in my eyes welling up when they show him as an assist trophy, bro. And this mofo Bao on Twitter has the audacity to say, "But Blake, he's got a new animation." I don't care if he's got a new animation. Oh man,
It's a clean animation, Blake.
Stop. So I can't have Shadow. I am tied between two characters that I am fairly certain will never be in the game, and that's between Master Chief and Doom Guy. Two games that I absolutely love. We don't necessarily have anyone in Smash that represents the shooting genre, and I will be damned if we get a Call of Duty character in Smash Bros.
I feel like guns in a Nintendo game.
Joker.
That's kind of an
Joker.
The closest thing
Yeah.
you're getting is Mega Man and
Neutral
freaking
gun.
Samus. You just
Snake.
yeah, and Snake.
Snake chokes people.
It has ballistic explosives.
If Sakurai wants it, Sakurai will make it.
It's actually funny. Snake
Has there
doesn't
ever
have a
been a gun in
gun.
Smash before?
Yeah,
Joker.
Joker.
Okay, yeah, that's fair then. Okay.
Joker has a gun too.
Yeah, did we say
Bayonetta as well.
Snake.
Oh,
yeah, Bayonetta has guns
Bayonetta.
too.
Bayonetta.
Blake,
Bayonetta.
technically Shadow has a gun too.
Well, here's the thing. Snake doesn't have a gun because Sakurai didn't want a gun in the game at the time. I guess he changed his mind all these years later.
I mean, he still
He's
got
got
a
all
gun.
these swords but no guns. Like, I know, right?
Does he have like a grenade launcher or something?
Yeah, but he doesn't have a
Rocket
gun.
launcher.
Oh, okay. So a gun is different from a grenade launcher? They're still
Yeah.
weapons?
Yes,
Okay.
it is.
All right.
No weapons.
All right, it's still weapons, like violent weapons.
Take
we
it up
got-
with Sakurai.
We got a super chat from Sebastian. By the way, rest in peace, Travis touchdown.
Pain!
I forgot to mention that. We can get Steve, but we can't get Travis. Like, really? Really?
Dumbest thing. Like, I really want Travis. I think I wanted Travis more than Joker. I didn't even want Joker, but it was nice to see Joker in the game. But I really, really want Travis. Like, there's no reason Travis shouldn't be in there.
I mean, hey, listen, he's a Mii costume now. He's been acknowledged. Just next game, he'll happen. Just wait. He'll get upgraded.
Okay. Ba, who do you want to see, man?
I've been barking up this tree for years. There's a lot of characters, but number one is still Agumon. And before anyone says anything in the chat or anything, nope, Digimon started as a game, not an anime. And Agumon has a lot of potential for a moveset. Also, we don't have a what's it called, Bandai rep yet, shockingly. But
So wild to me.
obviously, he doesn't count. Talking about like
Dynamic
no,
was-
I mean the new game, so it's not the old one. Ultimate. But I was saying, because obviously Digimon go through levels, and Agumon can have like not entirely different moveset for each level, but at least like different special moves. There's a lot of potential with a Digimon Smash, especially with how in depth he's going in with these DLC character movesets and mechanics. So that'd be really exciting.
Gap, who do you want to see in Smash?
Give me a 13 Sentinels character. That'd be wild.
Oh,
Summon
man.
Gundams into the game.
That's like a new game you play.
Did you just say gun?
Oh my god, yeah.
Bring Gundams in.
Sosuke.
As you can already see what my profile picture is, I don't care about seeing Lloyd in Smash anymore. I want Yuri. Yuri is an infinitely more charismatic and interesting character, not only story-wise when it comes to his game, moveset-wise. Yuri would be an infinitely better choice than Lloyd in Smash, just as a Tails rep and a Bandai rep. Overall, this man's moveset has a lot of potential, and his costume choice is also a lot of potential.
Sounds like you want him more than Dante.
Yes, actually, I do.
That's cap.
No, it's not. I may be a Devil May Cry fan, but Yuri, infinitely better. His costume choices would be better.
I feel like you can't hold that against Lloyd. His was the first 3D Tails game, so his game was basic.
I know.
I don't know. I think it's fitting for like Smash.
DMC music is good, but DMC music isn't Fury Sparks. And that's just how it is. Plus, we could get Twin Wave as a final Smash. We could get Heavenly Blade Wing, Savage Wolf Fury. The things you could do for Yuri are damn near infinite because you could squeeze almost every art he has into his move list and still have 4 special moves left over.
Oh man.
When did you finish Vesperia again?
Earlier this year, and that instantly became my favorite Tails game. Like, it overtook Exilia.
Interesting.
Really? Okay. All right. So, character I want to see. Yeah, Trash Touchdown would have been awesome. I think that's literally the only character I want to see. Like, I don't care. Honestly, I want to see. I want to see Goku and Sora in the game so people can shut the fuck up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Folks, Shadow has lost his podcast privileges. You hate to see it.
Nah, like people always clamoring for Sora. They always clamoring for Goku. It's like, yo, just give it to them so they can shut the hell up. All right, so we never have to deal with this again. Okay. We got people in the chat. People want to see Dante or Kaine. I think that's near.
Yeah, Kaine's near.
Okay. Ash and Luke. Jammer says Goku isn't coming in caps. All right. Oh yeah, Waluigi. Like, what's up with that? Why isn't Waluigi in the game?
Trophy.
But people want him. Isn't he popular? Don't you guys love Waluigi?
He is, but what does Wario do? Not Wario, Waluigi do. He plays sports games. That's it. Literally it.
Like, that's all he gets.
All right. So wait a minute, real quick before we move on from the Smash talk. Isn't this the last Smash Ball game for a while? Like, this is it. Like, after this game, it's like
Sakurai has said he said whenever a new Smash game comes along, he's not sure how the heck he's gonna top it. For now this is it, but he's keeping an open mind about the series in the future.
Yeah, because like I don't see how you can top another Smash game because you would have to get a lot of different characters into the game. I mean, like, you got freaking Terry Bogard in the goddamn you got Joker, you got freaking Cloud. It's ridiculous. Like that is kind of ridiculous. When I look at the roster as a whole, and yeah, even seeing Steve, I'm like, yo, this is something. This is ridiculous. And it's
the greatest crossover in gaming history.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty competent fighter at that. So it's amazing. Yeah.
This is the Mugen people want to pay for.
Oh man, Mugen's so great. I'm surprised Crash is in it. I'm really surprised Crash is in it.
PlayStation All Stars, where are you at, baby boy?
Oh my god.
Moving on.
In the void, Riku.
All right. Let's go on to our next topic real quick. Let's talk about Genshin Impact. What you mean, ew? What you got against Genshin Impact, my guy?
I am not a fan of Genshin Impact. I'm sorry. Just not here for it.
Why?
It's
Because
fun.
is it the look? Is it too anime for you? Is there not enough trails in it for you? Do we need a Falcon character in there for you to actually care? Is that what this is about?
I don't
What's
know.
going
I don't
on?
know. I don't know what it is about Genshin Impact. It just doesn't. It just doesn't interest me. Well, I think what I need to do. I think I need to play Breath of the Wild. I think once I play
Oh
Breath of the
wow.
Wild and I go and back and look at Genshin Impact, then I can probably appreciate what is going on in there. Because it seems like everyone who loves or is to some degree interested in Genshin Impact has some type of history with Breath of the Wild in some way.
Really? I haven't noticed this.
Yes, I have noticed.
Is that why I haven't played it, Riku?
I have zero
Checks out.
history with Breath of the Wild.
Genshin's a better game than Breath of the Wild control-wise.
Well, I wanted to play Genshin. It's just I'm like preoccupied with the 13 Sentinels and other stuff, so I've just been holding off. I'll play it one day.
Are you interested in it, Shadow?
Yeah, I was playing it earlier, and I played the closed beta, and I put some time into the closed beta, and it was good. It's a good game. It's just it's so MMO-y. Like I really can't I can't play MMOs.
I heard there's a lot of gacha related stuff. What's that about? Explain.
Yeah, there's some gacha stuff. Like you can get certain characters from certain elements, and they'll have different attacks and such. I don't think the gacha element is egregious. That's from what I'm hearing and from what I've seen. Like the premium currencies, yeah, there's 2 premium currencies, but it seems that they're pretty gracious with how much they cost a little bit. Like you get a kind of a lot, but I think that's the beginning, bonus that they're giving because the game just launched. But I don't think the gacha is going to impact the overall game. Like if you don't want to roll on the gacha, you don't have to, and you can progress normally. But of course, if you want certain characters, yeah, you got pony up some money. But overall, the game has a pretty solid combat system. I like the elements. Like if you get an enemy wet, you can freeze them with the ice attack. Also, if you get them wet, you can cause more damage for electric attacks. It also has to do with terrain as well. Like if you freeze a lake or something like that, you can walk across it. Because if you run out of stamina, as I learned, you die if you're trying to swim and you don't have enough stamina. Which is, wow. I hate stamina gauges. I really do. Like, why would you limit my exploration by that?
I heard that was ripped from Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, that seems like something that was definitely ripped from Breath of the Wild. And I don't like that at all. Don't limit my exploration. If I want to go exploring, don't put a limit on it. Then that makes me not want to explore.
How's the story? Because I've heard nothing about it. All I hear about is like the gameplay and the visuals.
See, that's the thing about gacha games. That's all you hear about is gameplay and visuals for when it comes to gacha games. And that's the same thing about it here. I don't think anybody really cares for the story at all. like I think the story is about you had 2 people. They're isekaiing everywhere, and they isekai to this world because I think one god or something like that said that, hey, you guys can't be going or hopping around world or something like that. Okay, people in the chat, I don't know the story, but I think this is the gist of it. So one of them gets locked away, the brother or the sister gets locked away, and now one of them is trying to find each other, so they can, I guess, go back to world hopping. I don't know. It's really vague. In the world itself, you got dragons, you got stuff called storm terror or something like that. I think that's a dragon or whatever. Yeah. I don't think the story's that big of a deal. Nobody really cares about the story for the most part. It's just about the gameplay and the visuals. Then again, the Breath of the Wild have a story.
You said, did it have a story?
Yeah, did it have a story?
It had a story.
The spinoffs are fleshing out the story more, but it wasn't like Sandbox. It did have a story to follow.
Oh, okay. All right.
Especially
Gab, I know you're playing Genshin Impact as well. What do you think of it?
I literally just started it last night, so I'm like a baby dipping my feet in the water.
So you gonna play it more?
Yes, I definitely am interested in playing it more. I like the characters. There's so many of them too and I also like the fact that you can join other people online. It's not just like a singular, or at least it doesn't have to be a singular kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Oh, you could do co-op?
Yeah.
Really? Oh, I had no idea. All right.
Yeah, so you can do co-op, and you can actually do stuff with your friends. Yeah, so you can play as one character, and you can have a party of 3 others.
Oh, I see. I had no idea that this game was co-op. Jeremy in the chat said Breath of the Wild had like 10 VA scenes, so that's like basically no story, right?
You say 10 voice acted scenes? There's a lot of story that isn't voice acted, at least through different like books and stuff. And when they talk about the champions and how they died and how they gruesomely died.
But isn't that the weakest aspect of Breath of the Wild is the story?
I would, as a Zelda fan, objectively, I would say yes. That's why we have games like Age of Calamity, because they're fleshing out they're more focused on the story. Unlike most Zelda games, this one focuses on the story.
I think when Zelda Breath of the Wild came out, a lot of people fell in love with it. I don't know why exactly, because it was an open world game that didn't do much different from other games in the past for open world games.
I think the big, like as a Nintendo fan here, it pains me to say this, but I think the big reason a lot of people love Breath of the Wild, myself included, we hadn't gotten a Zelda game, a brand new one, since Skyward Sword in like 2012.
Oh, yeah, okay, that's true.
And a lot of people didn't like that either.
I personally, I don't know if it was a mix of it was the only game I had on the Switch at launch, because it was the only game that was out on the Switch, basically, but I played that game relentlessly for a month and a half.
I feel it's a combination of what he just said about it being like the only big game. Also, we hadn't had like a universally loved Zelda game since Wind Waker. Twilight Princess was loved, but some people didn't, and a lot of people hated Skyward Sword. And also it's Zelda.
And I feel like people are like looking back at Breath of the Wild and they're like, okay, it wasn't that great. I mean, it was good. It was good, but it wasn't as like a masterpiece as they
I've been preaching this since day one. People thought I was crazy.
Yeah, I was saying it too. Okay, I didn't play Breath of the Wild, but I was looking at gameplay. I'm like, this is nothing that hasn't already been done before. Like, why is it so good? I don't understand it. I didn't play it, so I didn't talk too much on it. But like, just looking at gameplay, I'm like, why do people consider this one of the greatest games of all time?
I could recognize it was a solid game. I just didn't really care for it, and I didn't understand why it was like greatest game of the generation hype levels. I tried to understand. I did.
I just let it go. I just said, forget it. I'm gonna let it go. But a lot of people are saying that, okay, it wasn't that. It wasn't like GOAT material. It was just a really good game.
If I may interject about Breath of the Wild for a moment.
Go ahead.
I think aside from main console Zelda game, I think the main reason is that people have always wanted to like explore thoroughly the core of like the world of Zelda, no matter which version of Hyrule you're in. Like they've always wanted to see like every ounce of it. They're like, oh my god, like what things can we go see? Like what can we learn about this world that we're always in, but we're railroaded through because of story. And it's kind of disappointing in the aspect that all we get to meet are like NPCs. We don't get to really talk about the endemic life. We don't get to learn much about the many plants, or like you don't really get to learn about the Zelda world. You just kind of walk around in it. You go to the Divine Beasts if you honestly want to. You could wake up out the gate of Breath of the Wild and go straight to Ganon. And that's about it. Like the world feels very empty for how big they tried to make it.
So would you guys say it's as empty as Final Fantasy 15?
Not that bad. Just because it has those puzzles like the shrines.
In my honest opinion, it's not as empty, but it almost was. Like there are a lot of times where I was just walking, or in some cases riding a stolen horse. I'm going about the world.
I ultimately think open world games are overrated. The only good open world game there is Grand Theft Auto 5 in the Grand Theft Auto series.
Hey, Xenoblade X did really good for us out.
I need to play
it's a bit of the story, but
I need to play X.
X kind of like, okay, yeah, when I look back at X, I say, okay, yeah, it was a good game, but it did so many things wrong. It did a lot of things wrong that irked the crap out of me.
It did, but the open world aspect was really good.
It was. I just didn't like how they required you to explore places, and then they put level caps on the story missions and actual exploration caps. Like you had to explore this place to a certain percentage before you can move on with the story. I was like, nah, I ain't about that. There's small things about Xenoblade X that I didn't like, but still overall a pretty good game.
Understandable. I just didn't run into those issues until I like went on the internet, because I like actively explore like more or less as much as I could before tackling story missions.
All right. So as we seen in the past, Genshin Impact there was a lot of people hyped for it, a lot of people talking about it. Do you guys think this hype is gonna stay, or is this game just gonna go by the wayside and just be another gacha game?
I think it's another case of like hardcore people will stay on, but like the public interest will die off very soon.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm feeling too. I don't think this game is gonna. I don't think this game has legs. Like you said, the hardcore people will play it, and that's about it.
I think very rarely do free-to-play games maintain the public eye.
Yeah, because eventually people are gonna be.
Unless it's like League of Legends, I guess. But
yeah, that's a different case though.
In my honest opinion, when it comes to if this game has legs or not, it has legs, yes, but like you guys said, it's not going to maintain the public eye. But the install base already is large enough to get bevies of fan art that are just going to draw people in just because I don't know who this character is, but I like their design. Oh, they're from Genshin Impact. Let me try it out. Free? And then like the gacha aspect, because some people the gacha may not be super heavily integrated into the game where you have to roll, but there are some people who will just pour money into the game because they want to satisfy some type of gambling addiction that they probably have. And just want to keep playing it over and over. Like, I want to see if they can get some 5-star
And
characters.
content creators abuse the fuck out of that. They're like, I spent this many dollars to make this video for, like, I spent $200 on Genshin Impact. Look at what I pulled.
Exactly. They will do that. It's the same thing with Fate Grand Order. It's the same thing with many other gacha games. I say FGO has the most problems when it comes to content creators milking it because damn near every day when I turn on my computer and I go to my YouTube recommended, I will see an FGO video talking about something in the game I already know about, but it has so many views because there are just people who keep coming into the game trying to learn more about it. And I'm like, well, damn, if that's your hustle, make it work.
Yeah, it's a hustle, man. People just say, oh, look how much stuff I pulled. I spent $200 on this, and it got like a whole bunch of views. Like, hey, that's the game right there. They playing it. People obviously want to see it. Sometimes I want to see it. Sometimes I want to see if they pull it. Sometimes I want to see if they don't pull it. It's kind of interesting to watch. I ain't gonna lie. I've done it sometimes with FGO.
Still, Shadow, when's your whaling stream for FGO? I'm trying to.
I think it's over. There is none. I don't need to whale for the game anymore. I don't need to spend money on the game anymore.
Nah, man. Summer Kiara is gonna be a thing. You have to.
That's in 2 years. Maybe next year when the Vegas event starts. Then maybe I'll start.
Can't wait to see that.
Yeah. All right. So I think we're good on Genshin Impact. It's a good game. I personally don't know if it's gonna have legs. I'll see. I want to play it more, but I got other games to play, unfortunately or fortunately. I got a lot of other games to play, so we'll see if I can ever put some time into Genshin Impact. I honestly might do like a video like that of me rolling Genshin Impact stuff. I might just to see how it does. I was thinking about buying some packs and seeing how it works, just to see if the gacha is like that egregious. But a lot of people from what I've seen, they've gotten what they wanted when they roll in the gacha. All right.
Unlike in Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
And you get free rolls as well. It's not like you only have to pay for it.
That's true, but I think it comes by rarely. Like it's like any other gacha game for the most part. Like you're not gonna get a lot of premium currency by just playing the game. It's just like eventually you will, but like after a while it's just gonna stop, and eventually you're gonna be like, I need to spend $5 or $10. But luckily, like we said, we don't think it's egregious. So far, who knows what happens in the future. All right, so let's talk about real quick Legend of Heroes. Riku, I know you got some stuff to say about this.
So you mentioned Legend of Heroes. Well, technically, in regards to the topic at hand, is the fact that they reached 5 million sold, which is good. They're making progress. Nice. But this is in regards to the sub-series, the Trails, back in 2004. They're not taking into consideration anything Legend of Heroes has done prior to 2004. If you look up, best-selling, JRPGs of all time and whatnot, you will see that, Ys, Trails, and also Legend of Heroes are all considered like 3 different franchises franchises. Trails recently surpassed Ease, which is that's actually really good because Ease has definitely been around a lot longer than Trails. Ease has been around since what, the 80s, 1989, I think.
When did the Legend of Hero games start? I think it started like what, 2003, 2004?
Yeah, the first Trails game started in 2004.
Okay, yeah. Damn, 2004. Well, yeah, for a really niche series, 5 million up until this point, yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, I would say that's good. Like, especially knowing that you have to play the other games to play a game. So, yeah, I would say that's really good.
Stops a lot of people from, because that's one of the main things a lot of other franchises have, at their leisure, is the fact that you can just hop in whatever. It has its self-contained story, and then you can just go to whatever other game within that franchise and be fine. You can't really do that with this one. There are some certain entry points, but for the most part, you're in. You're getting into it to invest yourself with all of the games, not just like one or two of them.
Yeah, because like the Legend of Hero, like Falcom, they got balls, man. They got balls making a kind of game like this because it can't be selling all that amazing. Like, it's gotta be hitting their numbers. But like, to make a game that is so limiting when it comes to marketing to people, because I literally can't tell people to, go jump into Trails of Cold Steel 3. No problem. Like, I have some reservations. I'll say maybe for Cold Steel 3, maybe you can just play the Cold Steel games 1 and 2. Maybe, and that's a big maybe. And even looking back at it now, I'm like, no. Like, no, you should really play the other game because it's that much more sweeter. And then for Cold Steel 4, as I'm experiencing, you really can't jump into that one. There's no way you can jump into Cold Steel 4 and just be like, oh, I'm just gonna play start out with Cold Steel 4. Like, hell no. Hell to the no. You can't do it. You gotta play the other games.
Yeah, there were certain points in Cold Steel 2 where they're like, if you haven't played the previous game, you're basically hurting yourself. Yeah. And then you see, obviously, in Cold Steel 3, when you reach a certain location, you're basically fucked for basically that entire chapter.
You just reminded me of something, Riku. I'm assuming at least me and Shadow, I don't know about you. Actually, no, because you played Cold Steel first too. How did you guys feel about that segment in Cold Steel 2 where you're like in the other part? Like, how'd you feel about that without prior knowledge of what that was? Like that entire segment. Were you just confused or were you intrigued? They make you want to go back?
Yeah, the thing is, I mean, obviously, at that point, I knew of him, right? When I was going through it, and he was saying all of his party members and whatnot, and what he's been through. Obviously, I was missing out on all of that stuff. But the conclusion to that, and how it all played out. That's one of my favorite parts in Cold Steel 2. And I was telling Shadow that when he was streaming out. That's one of my favorite parts of Cold Steel 2. Even not, at the time, not having played Zero now. But yeah, if I did, man, I have no clue how much more hyped I would have been.
Yeah, I think I would have been hyped as well. Like if I saw you guys talk about the end of the game, right?
Right.
Yeah. I would have been really hyped to see those people because I don't think we even saw them prior at all in the other games. No, you didn't. I don't think they even mentioned them in 1 and 2 for the most part. I would have been really hyped. I would have been really excited.
How did you feel about that part?
When I first played it, I was like, "Oh, it's that guy from that game." That's all I thought about it.
You, Bao? What about you, Bao?
I can't remember if I even knew Crossbell existed at this point because I wasn't really like into the Trails fan base yet, but I was intrigued. I kind of zoned out just a tiny bit during that segment because I just didn't know what the heck was going on, but it did make me want to find out what the deal was with these characters, and I eventually did. Yeah, I would say that the prologue of Cold Steel 4 is just that, but to the umpth degree. They really don't give a fuck
now.
They don't give a fuck about your feelings. Like, you need to play the other games. Like, they don't care. Like, this is the last game, and they're like, we're going all out. So if you're not caught up yet, too bad.
I think is like I said, I think it's nice that they've reached 5 million. I definitely do think it's because of the fact that within their company, they've definitely, even when it comes to like ease, they've definitely made Trails their main franchise that they're really trying to make successful. Because prior to that, it was Ease. Ease was basically carrying the company, and they were doing some things on the side like Brandish or Gurumin or Xanadu here and there. But it was mostly Ease that was carrying it. And now it's there's two things that's carrying it, and hopefully they reach a point where they can bring back the other ones. They said they're considering it after they get that new engine up. But it's good. It's good that they are succeeding, especially since they are, doing something that I wouldn't say no other company can't do, but
they refuse to do. They won't do it. It's like it will literally impact your sales. Like, people ask all the time, do I have to play the previous game to play this game? No. Most of the time, like, anytime anybody asks me that for any other game, I would be like, no, you don't. No, you need to play Final Fantasy. No, you don't need to play the Tales of games. No, you don't need to, this, that, and for every other game. This is the only game series, for at least JRPGs, I'm saying, yes, you need to play the other games. It sucks that there's two of them that you can't get officially, because not only are they good, they are essential for the most part to proceed with this series.
Yeah.
I have one question for you two, since reasons, but is this structure like Cold Steel 3, where like when big events are coming at the end of like every month, or is it more like Cold Steel 2?
It's a combination.
Yeah,
I would say, as far as what I've seen so far, it's a combination, because I've reached a point where it felt like I reached the end of Chapter 1 in Cold Steel 3, and it was similar. It was very similar in regards to like the area you're in, the hype levels, even the people that were there. It felt like not really a copy and paste, but it felt like I was going through that again. But the chapter didn't end. I was like, what the fuck? That wasn't the end? We're still going. So it's like these it doesn't even seem like they're calling it chapters anymore. They call them acts. And I'm still in Act 1. And that part where I thought it was going to end wasn't the end. It felt like it, but apparently there is more. Maybe I don't even know if the end of this act will be even bigger than what I already saw. But yeah, it definitely does feel like a combination of Cold Steel 2 and how Cold Steel 2 and Cold Steel 3 set it up. It's definitely different.
Okay.
It's very interesting. I also said this has the weirdest start of any Trails game ever.
Yeah, it just really jumped into it. So I got a confession to make. So I've been playing the Legend of Hero games for a while. It took me a while to actually catch up with them. And so I've been binging the games for the most part. I started playing second chapter. I think I was midway through second chapter anyway, and I picked it up and I finished it up. And then I started playing third. You guys know my feelings about third. Third is it's the weakest one in the series. It's still a good game, don't get me wrong, but it's basically exposition dump the game. And for that game in particular, I played it on normal. And I got through that game with relative ease, like really just like hitting the attack button. That's it. That's it for the most part. And then I go to Trails to Zero or Zero no Kiseki, and I played it on normal as well. Same case. I was just pressing the X button for the most part, and I was just getting through most of the battles. No problem, easy, like all day, every day. So then I start playing OWL, and I'm like, okay, you know what? I should probably play this game on hard. I know I'm trying to get through the games. Let me play the game on hard. Riku told me that I need to play the games on hard at the very least. And I'm like, all right, let me start on hard. Even though I'm under a strict time restraint to get these games done before I'm playing Cold Steel 4, I'm playing on hard. So I played it on hard, and it was so much better to play the game on hard because it felt like the battles were actually challenging this time around, and there's a lot of battles that are just like they really seem impossible. They really seem impossible, like you can't win, but there's a way that you could that you can win. You just gotta be patient about it. Especially like there was, I'm not gonna spoil it for you guys, obviously. I'll say the final battle was exhilarating for me. I really had to focus and concentrate and make sure I was paying attention to the enemy moves, and luckily I did go around, because in Zero I did not go around at all doing all the extra stuff. No, I did all the side quests, but like I didn't travel around getting all the
felt like there was no incentive.
Yeah, there was no incentive to do it, because I think I remember when I was playing Zero, like the last dungeon in Zero, and I was like, oh, I can upgrade my quartz. I'm like, do I really need to upgrade my quartz? I don't have to upgrade my quartz. I'm doing pretty well without having them upgraded. And when I started playing on hard, I was like, okay, I gotta update the quartz, because I really need these Jupiter bells and these Saturn bells and stuff like that, which really came in clutch during those last boss battles and OWL on hard. And
yeah. I don't know if you guys are watching his stream. This dude was at the brink of death like multiple times. Like, I got this under control. It was like watching a sinking ship.
That's
and like
him playing Nocturne though, or anything.
Yeah, no, it was because I remember I hopped into one of the Nocturne streams. I was like, Jesus, what's going on here?
So funny. He just died so many times.
Shadow's just flipping. I was like, I got this. This is under control. So I definitely saw that when he was like, man, he one turn he's like, everything's fine, all the characters full health, and then the next turn the boss one turn the boss uses the Godly Annihilation, which wipes away all of the buffs that you put on your characters, and then he uses second turn to do that. Yeah, he has one move that just wipes away all of the buffs. You will spend like 6 turns putting on HP regen, strength, defense, everything. Okay, I'm ready to fight you, and he's like, Godly Annihilation. All your buffs are gone. All right, and for my second turn, I'm just gonna do this giant fire wave move and throw all of your characters at half health, and now they have burn ailment. Your turn. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it was bad.
I like a challenge, but why?
It was really crazy, because like I said, I was like, I got a point in OWL where I was just like, all right, Shadow, relax, calm down, you got time, go search the game a little bit, go look at some of the shops, see what kind of build you can make, see what you can do. So I brought like a whole bunch of accessories and stuff like that, and I made a build for Lloyd that made him like, he couldn't be touched, because I was thinking about Fee, how I built Fee in the Cold Steel games, and I was like, okay, this is like the same thing. This is like the same thing for the most part. And even that, after a certain extent, didn't help me all that much. But going around doing the monster chests, those really helped. Like I thought I wasn't in line to fight the monster chests, because they were like level 90 or something like that. I was level 70, and I said, let me just try to see if I could do this. And lo and behold, I was able to beat them, and I got a really useful quartz out of it. So sometimes I just need to buckle down, just say, all right, I don't need to be in a rush, and just play the game and just explore everything like I normally would. Nowadays, I felt like for most JRPGs I play, I try to rush through them for the most part. And I don't do like I used to do back in the day, explore everything, look at all the equipment, see what I can do. But now I need to get back into that, and I think I'll help me out with that.
That's good to hear, because like I said, I feel when it came to me getting into turn-based JRPGs, which isn't nearly as long as some of you guys have been into it, the main thing that I liked about turn-based JRPGs is the fact that it's turn-based. You have time to sit down and think out your next move, and other than the active time battle system in the Final Fantasy games, you have that what do they call it? Batman's best ability, preparation.
Yeah.
You have time to prep and think about what is the best next step that you can do. And I just like that. I feel like from a gameplay standpoint, I am a very methodical person, and that's probably why when you hear some of my playtimes in some of these fucking games, they're all super fucking long, because I'm just like sitting down thinking about everything that I could possibly do and what the best thing is to do. So when it comes to that, I just want to make sure that the challenge is there so that I don't feel like my time is wasted fighting someone, putting all that thought into it, and then I just smack him once and he's dead. I'm like, where was the thought? Where was the thought? Where was the challenge and all that stuff?
Yeah, for me, I was just pressing the attack button. It was no thought to it whatsoever. I was doing decent damage, and I was like, as long as I kept my HP up, I was good. We got a super chat from Acebreaker. To me, the Trails series is a series that the more you put in, the more enjoyment you get out of it.
Definitely. I have a question for Gab. What would it take for you to go back to the Trail series? To give it another try?
Them, so someone would have to buy them for me. I'm not buying them.
So if I get you Cold Steel 1, you gonna go jump back into it?
I'll try.
Oh my god.
I honestly feel you didn't give it a fair shake.
Someday. Somehow.
I feel like it's a series you would love, like when you actually got like deeper into it.
I don't know. I feel like Gabby.
I just didn't like the gameplay. Like, I didn't like the way the battles were laid out. So I don't know about that.
I think
Well, it does get like deep. It's one of those games where it gets deeper the more you get into it. Like the battle system at the start isn't like the battle system at the end, basically.
That's true. I think once she gets into the characters, I think there's a decent amount of characters she would like to. For some reason, I see Gab being a person who would really like Fee for some reason.
Yeah, I can see that too. Yeah, I can see that.
All right, quick question for all of you who have played the Kiseki games in general, Cold Steel and the Sky games. I wanted to play the Cold Steel games, but I felt like, damn, I just got done with Persona and I'm already going back to a high school setting. Would it be better for me to go play the Trails and the Sky games instead to, in a way, almost clean my palette and start from a different story perspective?
I don't want to go to high school anymore.
If it's just a high school setting off putting you, maybe. I will say Cold Steel is definitely a bit easier to get into than the Sky games, but if you can get into the Sky games, then you'll be fine.
Easy or hard doesn't really matter to me because I actually sat through Final Fantasy VIII and it was a great time, despite junctioning being a headache at times. And I've beaten Final Fantasy II.
I just feel like Sky 1 is like not the slowest Trails game, but how to say, even worse than Cold Steel 1, it's set up the game.
Oh
yeah. I would say there's still fun to be had in regards to the gameplay and all, especially if it's your first one, because that would be the game introducing you to quartz and how that's all set up, the gameplay, moving around and turn manipulation. So there's still some fun to be had. You just obviously have to take into consideration the pacing and the build up that it's trying to do. Okay. And yeah, I think once you get into quartz customization in particular, you'll get hooked. Because what Shadow was saying, in regards to if you're not really challenged, you're not gonna feel like you need to dig deep into optimizing your characters. And in regards to Sky, I think that's one of the more fun things to do because it feels like and this is no shots to Final Fantasy VII, but I feel like it's like an evolution of the materia system.
What you say, boy?
It is kinda, yeah.
Okay, because I'm actually someone who prefers the sphere grid system to the materia system from Final Fantasy VII.
Fuck the sphere grid system.
The sphere grid system was fine. You just needed to have big brain plays when you were using it. But if the quartz system was like that, then
it wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad, but I was also very young when I played 10 for the first time.
Yeah, when I get to 10, I'll see how I feel about the sphere grid system.
Okay, you're lucky, Riku, because you're playing the international version where you can build people however the heck you want.
Okay.
And also, PC would probably be the easiest for you.
All right.
You can run the game on a 2000 computer, year 2000 computer.
Then I'll definitely be snatching that up real quick.
But no, yeah, Trails in the Sky on normal is fine. I think the challenge for Trails in the Sky on normal is fine. But when you reach 0, that's when I would start to say, especially after what you have to do in third. There's a specific fight in third that even on normal that is going to challenge the fuck out of you. So yeah, by the time you reach 0 now, that's when I'm like, okay, bump it up a little bit. But yeah, the first 3 Sky games, I think they're fine from a challenging standpoint. I think they're fine.
Yeah.
The last thing I remember, like the actual challenge I remember seeing is Riku getting his shit pushed in by Adios McLean. And I go back to that clip because I'm like, what in the hell was this?
That was on hard.
Things were going fine. And Arios was just like, all right, you can die now.
Yeah,
it's like I'm curious about that.
That was fun. That was fun times. That was
all right.
All right. I think we're good with the trails talk for now. We're gonna move on to our last topic of the evening. I don't even know what's going on with this. I don't even know if this is a topic, to be honest. The Pokemon Sword and Shield Crown Tundra.
Yes, sir.
Like
I'm actually looking forward to it.
Yeah, all right. So somebody explain this to me. Somebody lead the charge on this particular thing. What's going on?
So you know about the other one, Isle of Armor?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that, just part 2, but this one apparently is a lot bigger. They're adding more mechanics to the game, like how does it work? Like 4-player dungeon underground.
There's a 4-player raid dungeons.
Yeah, they're all adding every single legendary that's ever been in the games back as a raid. New forms for the legendary birds or the Kuno in them. A new form of Slowking. What else am I missing, Blake?
You basically covered it. Now this isn't canon, and we still are not 100% sure, but there was a leak that came out a while ago. So when the Isle of Armor came out, Nintendo games, people love to just leak and crack Nintendo games. It turns out that they left in all so you know how when you use fly in a Pokemon game, you can fly to different points, like different cities and stuff. So when they had the Isle of Armor, they accidentally, I guess, left in the fly points for the Crown Tundra. So hackers were able to essentially see all the fly points on the different maps and see how big the area would be, and it's supposed to be a region size.
That's insane.
So
but I'm also here for it as a Pokemon fan.
That's basically what I'm saying here. I essentially, what's what I'm looking for here? How do I put this? I'm way more excited for this than I was the Isle of Armor, and I think that Nintendo, because of course Pokemon, they don't have a big actual Pokemon release this year. I think they're putting all those resources into this DLC.
And they've said the Isle of Armor was more focused on exploration, but this one's gonna be more story based, which makes me excited because that was my issue with the Isle of Armor. I literally beat it in one setting, and as with a ton of exploration, so it wasn't very long.
I think as well as that same leak as well also mentioned that the Crown Tundra would have acts, like story acts that feature different details on each legendary Pokemon. So it would be they have a much bigger focus as opposed to just
they exist
there. Yeah.
It's like, yo, bro, that's a legendary. All right, now back to this.
But I don't think this is going to make you love Sword and Shield if you just weren't into the game or anything.
I vaguely remember Shadow saying that he really liked Sword and Shield, or I could be. I know he bought both games, but
they're also reselling the games with the expansion in box.
Yo, Bao, you see Shofu's tweet, bro? That shit got me dying, bro.
What was he? I can't remember what he said. Early access or something.
Sword and Shield been in beta all year. The final product comes out on November 9th. Let's get it, bro. That had me dying. Bro.
Apparently, he pissed off a lot of people with that.
Shofu aims to do that, and I love it because people who don't know Shofu get really worked up by it, and they don't know that he's joking around. And Shofu's like, "Listen, y'all, if you can't take a Pokemon joke, you're just showing, bro."
I mean, it's basically how he said, you're getting the entire game in this pack, right?
Yes, but funnily enough, if you buy Sword and Shield and the expansion separately, it's cheaper by $10.
Oh.
Is it?
It is, yeah.
Oh my god.
It's $89.99 USD or something like that.
Wow.
Okay.
I think.
So wait, are you guys okay with this? Now in this expansion, quote unquote, they're bringing back all your legendaries? You guys are cool with this?
I'm getting Absol. I'm getting Absol back.
I'm still not over the fact they told us like, oh, we cut all these Pokemon because we are focusing on other things, and you'll get them back in a future entry. And now they're here, apparently in the game the whole time.
See, what I hated so much about that was they said we cut these Pokemon to focus more on like the animations and polish the game more. When the animations are still kind of dick ass. Like,
word, they really kind of are. And a lot of people say, no, you're just looking at the normal attacks. No, bro, the normal attacks are the problem.
There's like
people are saying, oh, you got to look at the Gigantamax attacks. Of course, those are going to look nice.
There's like 20 impressive attacks in the whole game. That's it.
And in a game with like what 400 plus moves.
Yes, if not
high
more.
High key. Why does Mystery Dungeon have better animations than mainline?
I haven't played the new Mystery Dungeon yet.
So this is gonna make up for Sword and Shield being lackluster.
That depends on the individual, I guess.
Cause I did enjoy Sword and Shield. I bought both versions, and I beat them both.
I enjoyed it too, but it was kind of just average, I guess. Like, it wasn't exceptional.
It just sucks that they literally just take stuff out and they give it back to you guys, and like not you guys in particular, but like the
nickel and dime it.
Yeah,
they do it every generation.
Yeah, but like still, like it's like you took out all the Pokemon out of this, like a lot of staples out of it, and now you're giving us back to it. Now we gotta pay for it.
Like, remember they took out Pokemon following you back in Gen 4, and then they just shoved in the Isle of Armor for no reason.
Yeah, and no one was talking about that either. When it happened, I was like, I have not seen a single person talk about this.
Because if you point it out, you're just criticizing the hard work. You're just being an asshole about the hard work of the team who went through so much just to make this happen. No, we're giving valid criticisms on something that should be pointed out.
Yeah. But I feel like this is going to be it for the Pokemon games. They're going to take a whole bunch of stuff out, and then you guys are just going to complain. The games are still going to sell, and then the expansion pack's going to come out, and you're just going to buy it anyway.
Well, here's the thing. No matter how many of us complain, it's not going to matter to the amount of people that are going to buy it. Yeah, exactly. It doesn't matter.
Like to quote the Mighty Keith video, 16 million copies sold. How'd that boycott go, you silly bitch?
It's Pokemon. It's going to sell.
Exactly. It's like I've been saying, every single person who complained about the stuff before the game released could have not bought it. And it's still...
I didn't buy it yet. I mean, yeah, I didn't buy it, so... Yeah.
It's unfortunate because you want to vote with your wallet, but when something gets this big, it's like...
Yeah, it's impossible.
It's impossible to make a difference.
Yeah, it's not gonna matter either way. So it's like at that point you might just buy it so you can just play it yourself, even though you hate it. It doesn't matter if you don't buy it at all.
Buy it used.
DLC used.
The future.
Slightly used DLC, lightly bruised DLC.
Yeah, the card's got like 4 numbers missing. You be alright.
All right, guys.
Be mad if I was ever told that.
I think that's a podcast, guys. I had one guy, but I never actually had I never put it together, so sorry about that, guys. But yeah, that's a podcast. We're gonna go with these outros. Go ahead, Riku. I know you're trying to get out of here so you can play. All right, man. Goddamn, bro. I want to play too, but I ain't that desperate. Goddamn. Go ahead with your.
I'm the only one here. Thank you for showing up, people. That's it.
Wow, and that's it. He's gone. He's gone.
He's already on the Discord call.
Wait for the sound.
And stay for the very end.
Gab?
Thanks for having me on, guys. It's been a blast. I'm still playing Aegis Rim as we speak. For those of you who don't know, we're actually doing Atlas Arttober as well, so if you want to participate in like Megaten themed October art, that would be cool. And if you want to check out my channel, I'm sure Shadow will link everything down below, but my stuff's all Gabmew, so check it out.
All right. Blake?
All right, your boy is grateful. Thank you so much to Shadow for having us on as always. We had a blast here talking about all that, dissecting Minecraft, what it means to other people, how other people don't like it. Everyone to their own, as it were. I am hyped for Steve. I cannot wait for that boy to be in the game. I'm playing Minecraft right now. I'm not gonna start singing Minecraft parodies live because that shit can get clipped. Yeah, we'll see you guys on the next HPMP in 2 weeks, provided we're Yeah, what? I feel like I was doing. I'll be here in 2 weeks. I think maybe if we don't die. Yeah. Bye.
All right, Ba.
Thanks for having me on as always. I'm Bowser Carriga. You guys can find me on YouTube, of course, at Bowser Carriga, Twitter and Twitch at Real Bowser Carriga. For those that are subscribed to me, I just finished the script for my next big video. It's how to say, not like a retrospective, but just looking a bit at bait and Kaitos for the GameCube. So that should be really fun. Had a lot of fun writing the script, so I hope you guys like it.
Sosuke?
It was lovely to be here. Shout out. I'm always glad to be on the podcast and would like to return more often. If you guys enjoyed hearing me ramble on what everyone else here about things, you can find me on Twitch at Sosuke the Wandering Gamer, on Twitter at Sosuke, and on YouTube at Sosuke the Bro. I'm actually working on a video jokey thing about King of Fighters 2002 UM because the game just got a rollback netcode patch, and I feel like it's the perfect time to kind of somewhat call out people with how they play certain characters. It's all in good fun anyways. And I will see y'all there. I might be streaming some Battle Network 4 again tomorrow. We just picked up Metal Soul, and I have to redo a boss fight because I forgot to record the footage. Oops.
Oof.
Yeah. And so I hope to see y'all there, and it was great being here, as always.
Alrighty, guys. And you guys know me, Shadow Elite. As I said in the beginning and before, it's been a little bit busy. I've been playing a lot of games, so I will get back to regular uploads. Hopefully I can. My next video should be about Final Fantasy 16, but we'll see how that goes. As always, you can find the podcast on Spotify and on Apple Podcasts as soon as they clear the podcast, but it will be up on there. If you don't want to listen to YouTube or you don't want to listen live. And if you are listening in post, hit the like button, drop a comment. We really appreciate it. That's it. We're out of here. Peace.
Later.
Peace.
Later.
Deuces.